Hello, Jamie Good here. It seems like there's a day for everything these days, and today is International Pinot Noir Day. So it's probably sharing that day with probably a whole bunch of other grape varieties. If there are 1,368 or whatever commercially grown grape varieties, then if we divide that by 365, it looks like we're going to have at least 3 grapes sharing the same day if every grape has its day. So 3 Pinot Noirs to try for International Pinot Noir Day. I'm going to begin in New Zealand for this wine, the Akitu. And this is Akito A2. They make 2 wines. It's a winery based in Wanaka in Central Otago. And really nice vineyards. I've really enjoyed these wines in the past. What's it like? So this is the less fancy one from the younger vines. The A1 is the more expensive wine. This is £25 in specialist cellars at the moment, and this is the 2017 vintage. Lovely aromatics. Very Central Otago, but Wanaka's a slightly different part of Central Otago, and I think you're getting this sort of lovely dried herb and spice and pepper notes, maybe a bit of blood as well. Palate, fresh, spicy, vibrant, massive drinkability. It's got a little bit of depth. It's got some tannin. It's bright. There's an ethereal sort of elegance to this wine. There's a massive drinkability as well. But it also packs a little bit of a punch. It's not just a simple glue wine. So next I'm going to go to Elgin in South Africa for this wine, which is the Paul Cluver Elgin Estate Pinot Noir 2018. This weighs in at 13.5% alcohol. Elgin, it's one of the hot spots for Pinot Noir in South Africa. It's a cool climate region by South African standards. And Paul Cluver is a pioneer in the region and makes some really good wines, including their high-end 7 Flags Pinot Noir. So this is the Estate Pinot Noir. And so Elgin, along with Hemel and Ade, are making waves with Pinot Noir in South Africa. Lovely nose. It's got really aromatic. It's got a bit of cedar spice there. Is that from the wood or is that a terroir character? It's kind of dried herbs, pepper, cedar spice, quite savoury. Palate, nice freshness, nice elegance, and it's this kind of taut, compressed quality there with a bit of structure. There's a bit of tannin here, and there's more of that cedary, spicy quality as well. It's a very digestible Pinot. It's got a nice balance between the sweet fruit and the more savoury elements. And I often get that slight angular, savoury quality in Elgin Pinot Noir. So I think it's more terroir than oak. I think there's a bit of oak here as well. And it's just got this kind of like peppery, dusty grip on the finish. An impressive wine, quite tasty. Finally, I'm going to head to Bourgogne for this wine, which is Domaine Chanson. This is a Santenay Beauregard Premier Cru 2014 vintage. This weighs in at 12% alcohol. I visited Chanson a couple of years ago. They're a negotiant operation, but they also own 45 hectares of their own vineyards, including this Premier Cru Santenay Beauregard. Quite impressive. They do a lot of whole bunch. And they're one of the negotiants that I think is doing really good work. And this is, again, it's a shift in gears. This is a little bit older. There's a freshness here. There's a brightness, raspberry, cherry, good tannin. But it's kind of integrated and there's a silkiness emerging here. The structure is kind of resolved itself and there's a lovely sort of slight dried herb quality to the edge of the fruit. There's an ease and an elegance to this wine. So 3 Pinot Noirs, all of which are delicious, all of which are quite different, but all recognisably Pinot Noir. And Pinot Noir is a variety that I think in the past it used to be like, Burgundy or copies of Burgundy. But it's found its feet now across the world. I'm looking at all the different regions that make, I think, world-class Pinot Noir. We have, as well as Bourgogne, we have Willamette Valley in Oregon. We have the cooler parts of California. We have Canada's doing some quite smart stuff with Pinot Noir now. We've got New Zealand, which is a big player with Pinot Noir. It's the second most planted grape variety there. And we've got pockets in the cooler parts of South Africa that are doing really good work as well. And so, and even in England, there's some quite interesting Pinot Noirs now. So Pinot Noir is kind of growing. It's a growing thing. And I think it's a variety that, although it can be challenging to grow, when it's good, it's fantastic. I'm a great Pinot Noir fan. Anyway, thanks for watching.